How to stop worrying. That's what a lot of people should be worried about. Let me guess. You're worried about things like money and how to raise your kid right and what people are thinking about you or what they're gonna think about you. Am I getting warmer? If you're nodding your head, then keep watching this video to find out how to stop worrying immediately. I'm Danielle Ford, the founder of Young Moms Club, where young moms go to empower themselves and design their perfect lives. And let's talk about worry. Worrying makes you legitimately physically sick. It can lower your immune system, it releases toxic chemicals, and it can give you acne and rashes. So on top of whatever you're worried about already, now you have those problems too. And the crazy part is, whatever you're worried about most likely will never happen. Now, I'm not saying that the things that you're worried about are not important. I'm sure they are. What I'm saying is that worrying about them is not going to make it any better. Okay, so I'm going to tell you 2 things that you need to start doing to stop worrying all the time. The first thing is to realize that you cannot see the forest through the trees. Now, that's an old analogy, right? But it's true. When you are in the middle of something, you can't see it clearly. You need to start looking at it from a different perspective, from somebody else's eyes. So you need to either look at your situation that you're in, that you're worried about, and you need to be able to emotionally separate yourself from that situation and evaluate it as an outsider, or you need to actually get a friend to do that for you. And the person you choose to do this has to be completely emotionally detached from the problem that you're having. Another person in the same situation with you is not able to help you get past your worry and able to get a rational perspective. And number 2 is the thing that I like to do the most. It's what I always do when I'm stressed out about something or I'm worried about something happening, is I like to picture the worst possible situation that might happen from this. So you think about the worst case possible situation that could occur, and then you think about what you would do if that were to happen. So once you figure out what that could be, and you realize that you could take steps if that happened, you realize you're kind of worried about nothing, that most things you can get past if the worst case in the universe were to happen to you. When you think of it in this perspective, it's much easier to continue on without that worry hanging over your head. And then you start to realize that 99% of things that you worry about don't really come true and aren't really that bad. I'll give you a couple of personal examples of things that I start to worry about and how I think my way through it. So I might be running late to get a kid to school or pick a kid up from school, and because I'm stressed out, I start to drive faster, which in turn puts me in danger. And that's actually causing more problems because way more problems would compound if I were to get in a car accident or get a ticket than being late would cause. So then I think about the worst case situation, right? The absolute worst case situation would be like, you've had way too many tardies, or you've been late picking your kid up and we are kicking your kid out of school. They have to go, they're out. Now this would never actually happen. This is like the worst case scenario. This is legitimately not going to happen. But while I'm freaking out, stressed, worried that I'm late, running late, whatever, I think about, okay, if that was to happen, what would I do? All right, I would put my kid in another school. There would be a little bit more driving every day and a little bit more paperwork to deal with at the beginning. But you know what? It's not that huge of a deal. And so then, knowing that I know the worst case situation and that I know how to handle it, it gives me permission to stop worrying. Now, a bigger situation might be something to do with money. Maybe I just got hit with huge expenses that I wasn't predicting, or maybe I'm scared to make an investment in something. So if I'm really worried about losing all this money, then I just think about the worst case situation that would happen. The worst case situation is that everything goes wrong, I lose all my money, I have to move out, I move in with my mom, I kind of start over. That would suck, but you know what? no one would die. Now, I'm not saying that that situation wouldn't super suck, but I know that in the end, I would get through it. So it makes my money situation not so worrisome and not something that's going to stress me out entirely while I go through it. I will just continue to think logically about things and make the best decisions that I can and not allow worry to get the best of me. And just keep in mind that things are not usually as bad as they seem from your own perspective. Reach out and get some more perspectives. And if you want to connect with some other young moms going through the same things that you are, then come and join our club. Go to YoungMomsClub.com and join our private group. That's all for today. If you liked this video, then please click like, subscribe, and if you have any more tips to help somebody else get through worry, drop them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, so there's 2 steps that are super important for you to grasp.